Hello everyone. Good morning and good evening. Welcome to our channel SAP Rajiv, and today's topic is common interview questions for source list in SAP S/4HANA system. Okay, so let us quickly have a look at couple of common questions. What is a source list? So a source list contains all the suppliers list which are responsible, which are supplying that particular item for a particular plant. And there are a couple of features as well. That means a source of supply can be fixed or blocked, and it can be, triggered with reference to the material requirement planning as well. And the data or the information which is maintained in the source list, that is maintained with some validity period. That is, it could be, for 6 months, it could be for an year. Okay. And the use of source list can be, it could be optional or mandatory depending upon the business requirement. And the mandatory use of source list can be defined as per the material or even at the plant level. Okay. That means the source list can be maintained at the material level and at the plant level. Second question is, at what organization level the source list is maintained in SAP S/4HANA system? So it is maintained at one of the org level, that is at plant level, and the material master is the part at which the source list is maintained. And the important thing is that one material can have only one source list. That means one data, and under that data, which contains number of suppliers in it, right? And these suppliers can be blocked if the item is not supplied as per the quality standards, or is there any, argument had happened between the buyer and the supplier with that. And also there is a facility in the source list that we can fix these suppliers over a certain validity period as well. And why we will going to fix them over a certain validity period? Reason being, those suppliers are supplying us very good quality standard materials, delivering the item always on time, and maintaining very good relationship with the buyer. That means the healthy relationship without any kind of dispute or argument. That the transaction code which is to be used to maintaining the source list is ME01, and the table in which the data for the source list is stored as EORD. And also one of the main, important question people may ask you, that is there a number range is generated by the system? So there is no any number range generated. It is just a data which is maintained with the combination of plant and material. And inside the screen, we are maintaining these for all the suppliers which are responsible to supply this material on time for a particular plant. So let us quickly jump on to our SAP system, and we're going to create one source list. Just a moment. I'm just entering the transaction ME01, and we will be using this particular set of data as a test data for us. That is 2154, and the plant is 1710. So on the initial screen, if you can see, these are the two input parameters at which the source list is maintained. Number one is the material, that is the material master data, and number two is the org level, that is the plant. So the answer to the question that at what org level and master data level the source list is maintained, so answer is material and at plant. Let us hit on enter, and system will going to take us into the overview screen. Just before that, we were in the initial screen of the source list. So we're going to input the date as 1st of January 2023 till 31st of December. And this is the vendor 31. We're going to maintain this as a source list. Similarly, with the similar validity period, we're going to maintain the source list for a different supplier as well. And the purchase organization is 1710. Now, please try to understand this concept, that these are the two suppliers who are responsible to supply us the sugar crystals. Okay. Both these suppliers are having the same validity period, and this is the facility which is provided as a standard functionality from SAP side that if this particular supplier ending with 31 is supplying us the material always on time, there is no any argument or dispute between the buyer and the supplier, and he is always delivering the material as per the quality standard needed by the buyer. In such a case, we can even fix this supplier for a period of time. But on the other hand, this particular supplier ending with 32 is not giving us this giving us the item with proper quality standards, and always there is a delay, and also there is a quantity mismatch as well. For example, if 500 kg of sugar is asked to order from this supplier which is ending with 32, he is always delaying in the delivery, and also he is not fulfilling the need. Instead of 500, he may end up in supplying us 400 kg of the sugar. So this going to cause the business to run with the delay in the production lines, and this will eventually going to delay our shipment to the customer as well. So let us block this particular data, and we're going to save this record for these two vendors. So source list is a record of all the suppliers which we maintain in our source list, and whenever there is a need, we will going to open up our source list, and we can find out some suppliers who can supply us as and when there is a need to. For example, let's say we are always purchasing sugar crystals for the whole year from this supplier ending with 31, but let's say some production issue had happened at the end of this vendor, and this had resulted in the delay of the production line which is working at this supplier end, and this supplier is not able to meet the delivery requirement. We always in a need of 500 kg of the sugar crystals, but some machinery fault is there and machine are malfunctioning, his production lines are not working well, so that's why he is facing issues in meeting up the production requirement. So in such a case, what will going to happen? The buyer who are already creating the purchase orders with these suppliers, sorry, they will going to again revisit this particular transaction code ME01, and they will find out other alternative for a time being till the time his machine gets repaired, and they will going to order these sugar crystals as per the need from other suppliers, right? So let us quickly save on this record, and if you can see, there is no any number range generated in the system, right? And one more thing, my dear fans, in ECC system, there is no any change in the table. The table is still the EORD in which the data is saved. In ECC system, the transaction code is also the same, and the same thing is happening in SAP S/4HANA system, where I'm moving in my cursor. That means right now I'm working in S/4HANA database system. Okay, this is the new version of ECC. Now we will going to check one table, EORD. Let me take you to the Word document. This is the table I am referring to, EORD, and we will going to check out that our record is updated there. So SE16, enter the table EORD, hit enter, and here you will be able to see that we can fetch the records which what we have created today. So we have created the source list for this material 2154, and we're going to take up the record just only by entering the material. That's it. We will not going to enter the plant. Only the material is absolutely sufficient. Let us go with number of entries. It says 2 records has been created. And what are those 2 records? These 2 records are based on the number of suppliers we have entered into the source list. If we would have entered some 7 suppliers, then system would have given us the number of entries as 7 records, right? I'm executing this transaction, and you will be able to see that the material is same, but this material is maintained with 2 different suppliers. One supplier is ending with 31 and another supplier is ending with 32. And let me take you to the source list once again. And if you can see, we had fixed this supplier for a time being for a 1 year of span data. That is 31 is fixed and 32 is blocked for some dispute or argument reason. The same information you can see that the table EORD is updated with the information that the supplier ending with 31 is blocked. This field is fixed supplier. It is mentioned here as in the short form FSP, fixed supplier. But on the other hand, the supplier ending with 32 is blocked, right? And let us quickly check how the fixing of the supplier for a period of time and the blocking of the supplier will going to impact our procurement process as well. I will going to create a purchase order quickly and will going to show you that how this will going to impact us. So let us quickly go to the ME21N and I'm going to first choose the different vendor, let's say 32. And just a moment, this is not the material for which we have maintained the source list. We have maintained the source list for 2154, that is sugar crystals. And moving on to the header data, I will going to enter my purchase organization, the buyer group, and the quantity. Let's say we want to have this quantity as 500 kg. And the plant, yes, the plant is very important. Given the plant, and the price I'm going to give you here as, let's say, $38 for 1 kg. Now, can you see the message? Source of supply is blocked. That means this particular source of supply ending with 32 is blocked in the source list. And when a supplier is blocked in the source list, system will not going to allow us to place any purchase order in the system with this particular material, right? So let us quickly once again verify what our source list says. Can you see the supplier ending with 32 is blocked? That's why system is not allowing us. Okay. Now, on the other hand, let me just remove this supplier and we're going to use other supplier that is 30. And let's see what happens. I'm just hitting enter and we're going to show you one warning message which is relevant to our the fixing what we have done for our material. Just a moment. This is the information I would like to share with you all. So if you can see, we have chosen a different supplier other than what we had fixed in our source list. So we have fixed 31 as a fixed supplier so that we can get our 500 kg of the sugar every month within this period of time, that is from 1st of January 2023 till 31st of December 2023. And we have fixed this in our source list. But when we are trying to order our sugar crystals from our different suppliers other than this one, system will going to remind you that a different source of supply is fixed for this. So let me just double click this in our SAP S4HANA system, and system is very much intelligent over here. This particular warning message information will going to give you the description of this this warning message, but it also going to tell you that which particular vendor is fixed. So in our case, we had fixed the vendor which is ending with 31. So it is asking you to please use vendor which you have already fixed in your source list. So our source list is having the vendor which is ending with 31 is on the fixed date, but it is just a warning message, and we can still go ahead with this supplier, but system will going to again remind to whom? To the buyer. That means this is the person S23. This will going to remind the buyer that you can still go ahead with the supplier, but this is the supplier which is fixed in the source list. Okay, friends. So this was all about the source list today. Thank you very much for your time and attention, my dear friends. And in the last, I would like to share with you all that everything relevant to source list is all same, whether it is a ECC system or it is S4HANA system, right? Thank you very much. And my next session will be for the different types of purchasing documents in SAP MM S/4HANA system, that is request for quotation, purchase requisition, purchase orders, and outline agreement. And outline agreements contains two types of agreements, that is contracts and scheduling agreement. We will going to learn more about their configurations, their number ranges, their field selection keys, and different things which are being controlled by the document type of this purchasing documents. Okay, friends, thank you very much. Bye-bye.